What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Episode 8 here on the Burton Breaks podcast. That means we've been doing this for about 2 months now. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been interesting. We're gonna keep it rocking and rolling. We got, I think the most exciting thing today is gonna be some of the Q&A that we got. We opened it up on stream, told people that they can DM us any question they want, and we will answer it no matter what. So we definitely got some pretty some questions I wouldn't want to not necessarily answer, but we're going to answer them anyways. So definitely stay tuned for that portion. We're going to talk some top sports news. We got a couple things to talk about, sports card world, and then a couple other just general life things, some lore, some ball knowledge, some stuff like that. So let's get into it, dude. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Q&A, honestly.
I think everybody's more excited for the news that came out by the Mavs, which is that Nico Harrison has officially been fired.
Yeah, I think that's a massive W. I mean, but why? Like, what made it change? Like, why fire him right now?
I think it's just because they kind of they're just so not great, and you're trading away your star player. And
but it's like, so if they would have been good this year, then it would have been worth it because they got lucky in the draft lottery and got Cooper Flagg. Like, there was a 1% chance of that happening. Like, if Cooper Flagg would have taken him to the promised land, then it would have been, oh, Nico's actually a good GM. It's like, no, Nico got lucky. That was the worst trade in NBA history.
Yeah, no. That would have been
trading your young superstar who's an MVP type of player for injury-prone old-ass Anthony Davis. It's like, bro, what are we doing?
Dude, guess what? He's not playing right now. He's out.
He's injured.
That
That will go down as, I think, especially if Luka wins an MVP or championship with the Lakers, which it's looking like he could do both. Like, at some point in his career, Nico's going to go down as the fucking worst person in Mavericks history. And I mean, it was wild to me that he thought that was the right decision to make.
Yeah. I mean, he just, Luka's over there dropping 35, 40 a game. And
I mean, the year before he literally traded a guy who just took him to the NBA Finals the year before.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, but he didn't play enough defense.
And he was a little bit too chubby.
Yeah. It's like, dude.
And then he goes
say
over
what you
to,
want, but it's like, bro, like, it just
goes,
made no sense.
Goes over to Lakers, gets fit, plays good defense.
Which part of this trade will be, obviously, it's easier to say in hindsight because if he stayed on the Mavericks, he probably wouldn't have gotten fit and done all the things that he's done with the Lakers. Because obviously, I think he has a chip on his shoulder now, of the Mavericks saying, "Yeah, dude, you're not working out, you're not doing any of this. We're trading you." And then he's gonna be like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna do all that, and I'm gonna go win the NBA championship now." So
yeah,
I think part of it's gonna be like, he probably wouldn't have become this good if he stayed on the Mavs, but it's good for the Lakers, dude.
Yeah, I mean, most insane trade. He's officially been fired, which I felt like every time I saw a video of him or we were watching the Mavs game, he always had this guilty look on his face where he was like, dude, I fucked up. I wonder
if he got blackmailed or something.
Imagine. It just comes out that he got blackmailed. He had to do it, but
dude, do you know how much money is involved in the Lakers? Someone on the Lakers hits him up on a side deal and says yo, we're gonna make sure your family's taken care of for life. We'll give you $100 million if you make this trade or whatever.
I mean, yeah.
I doubt it. I think Nico Harrison's just probably an idiot who has a grudge against Luka or something. But it's like, you never know. I mean, we've seen all the allegations that came out against Chauncey Billups and all of this stuff. So, nothing would surprise me anymore. I think there's so much corruption in the professional sports world right now. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I could see a national holiday coming out of this for Dallas. I think
the firing of Nico.
Holiday. I mean, they
might as well.
They were not happy about him leaving. That's all I remember from when I heard it. I thought it was one of those fake Instagram posts because I found out on Instagram.
Oh no, I woke up and saw all those tweets and I was like, nice.
I was like, oh yeah, it's just an NBA memes account saying that.
No, he's really gone.
He was really gone.
Oh, another thing in the sports I wanted to talk about was Dan Campbell taking over the play calling
duties. Yes.
Johnny Morton. Obviously you got some big shoes to follow, with Ben Johnson, who was obviously one of the best coordinators in the NFL, got a head coaching job, is turning the Bears around. He's a great offensive mind. And then you get a guy like Johnny Morton, who has the best weapons in the NFL and decides on every 3rd and 10, let's either put it up the middle or throw a screen pass.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I think there was a stat where it was 26 third and 10 plus in a row that the Lions did not get. And then Dan Campbell comes in. I think the first 3rd and 10 we had. Oh, we got it.
Yeah.
He's calling the plays. We scored every time we drove down the field. It's like, dude, this Morton dude should be. We don't even need an offensive coordinator. Just fire him. Fire him ASAP.
I mean, our last offensive coordinator, I feel like being on the field comparing to being in the box is also a big difference.
See, I see a lot of people saying that shit, but like, I feel like I would rather be in the box because, like when you're on the field and you're looking at it this way, you can't really see how things are developing and unfolding. If you're up in the box, you can see which ways the defense are moving. You can see everything that's happening. Like if you're on this side of the field and your receivers are on the far end and like you can't see what the blocking looks like over there. You can't see anything. If you're in the box, you could be like, oh, like we're getting a really big push on the left side of the offensive line against these guys. We're really winning that battle. I'm going to run it to the left this side.
Yeah, so that's true.
I know there's a lot of talk, and it does for some reason. There seems to be a correlation between on-field coordinators doing better than, box coordinators. But I feel like if I was a coordinator, I would want to be in the box so I can get that aerial view and really get the full display. I don't think that's why Johnny Moe was a bad coordinator. I think he just is not. It's just not. It's not good for him. He's just not.
What was his job before?
Dude, he was like the Broncos passing game coordinator. Which go look at the Denver Broncos, bro. Bo Nix throws screen passes all day. What did you expect?
Yeah.
Like, that's all they did last year was screen passes. And, like, they were not a great offense. I don't know why Morton was the pick. I thought we had some other good ones. I thought Tanner Engstrand would have been a good option. But, I mean, again, he's with the Jets. The difference is, though, like, you have the Jets' weapons, and then you have the Lions' weapons. It's like, those are two different things. You can call very different offenses. Like, the Lions offense would be a dream job for any coordinator.
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
and Morton just somehow messed it up. It's like, how do you get the play calling revoked from you with this offense?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't mind Dan Campbell calling it if we can put up 44 a game.
The Commanders have a historically bad defense right now.
Yeah.
That's what we should have done to them during the playoffs. For some reason, what we should have done was run the ball because they have the worst run defense in the NFL. And for some reason during the playoffs last year, the Lions decided, let's not run the ball up the middle.
Yeah, and then they had
just dominate the line of scrimmage.
They had an ejection, which was hilarious. Amon-Ra got a right hook to the helmet, which I never understand why players punch helmets. Like it's gonna hurt them.
Why would you punch a player in a helmet?
Like that's gonna hurt your hand more than
that hurt. Yeah. It's like,
oh man, like
that is pretty stupid. What would be the right move if you're like really pissed at someone and they're wearing
stomach, dude? You got the pads up to here.
I guess. I feel like you should probably. I don't even know. That's
or just don't punch him and push him over or something if you really need it.
Some sort of stupid to do all that.
I don't know. I mean, Brian Branch figured it out. He just tore the helmet off.
He fucked up Juju a little bit. Damn.
But yeah, Dan Campbell is he continuing to be the?
I would assume so after this week.
Yeah. I mean, defense. What happened? Is our defense back or? Are we still kind of like?
I feel like our defense has been pretty solid all year long.
Yeah. Well, I know we had Ratledge back. He came back, and then there was someone else that came back.
Ratledge? He's on offense. He's an offensive lineman.
Or I just meant our lines, offensive line, defensive line, because I know we had 4 or 5 injuries there.
Ratledge he was never out for any games.
Oh, I thought he was out. No. Well, there was someone else, a couple of people out that came back. There was 5 or 6 out, that 3 came back that game that weren't supposed to.
Yeah, all right. Take your word for it.
Yeah. Anyways, I wanted to talk about we were talking about yesterday after stream, Mosaic. And you were telling me how you really liked the NBA way they did it, and then they kind of just threw it and glued it all together with football and didn't really take much time.
Switching over to the sports card world a little bit, I feel like with Panini losing the NBA license, they decided we need to juice up every single product that we're putting out and make them all really good. I feel like they just haven't taken that same approach with the football. I mean, they're losing the license in April, so they only have, 4 months left, 5 months left. It's like they haven't taken that same approach to making the rest of these products juiced up. And here's a great example that Mosaic football just released, and it is the same exact Mosaic football that we've gotten for the last 10 years. When Mosaic basketball released this year, they completely switched up the format. They made it a 3-pack box, and they're absolutely loaded up. The case hits are better. The base cards are like lasers. Those look sick. There's more numbered stuff. They made it so much better and so much more efficient to rip. And those boxes have skyrocketed. in price. And then you look at Mosaic NFL, and they kept it the exact same as they have the last 5 years. And those boxes are actually going down in price right now, and people are not even that interested in it. It's like you saw something work with NBA, and then you decided, let's not do that. Like an NBA, think about this. The NBA class for 2024 is not that great. It's like Stephon Castle's good. I mean, there's just, it's one of the weaker classes we've seen. But those products are like Mosaic NBA is like over $500 a box. And then you've got Mosaic NFL, which usually NFL Mosaic would be more than NBA Mosaic. And it's less than NBA Mosaic, even with the better class, just because it's just not as good of a product. They didn't take what worked in the basketball and apply it to the football. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. You saw an increase in the product, and you said, let's not do that.
Yeah. No, I mean, personally, I just love the NBA Mosaic hobby. I thought it'd be the same for basketball. And then when it came out like that, I was like, there's like 300 base cards in a box.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, I'm hoping they kind of figure it out with the rest of the releases, but it's like Prism Black basketball was phenomenal. I mean, maybe once we get to the end of the license, like maybe in 2026.
Yeah,
for the last 3 months of it, they will start, juicing things up, but I guess they haven't decided to start doing that yet.
No, but I mean, it's not bad. It's just like there's just not a lot of like the case hits are cool, but it's like you got to open a lot of packs. The packs it probably takes like 10 minutes just to open a box, at least in a break. We've had to start mutating and figuring out different ways to open the boxes faster, but
yeah, I don't know, man. It's an okay product. It's not my favorite right now, but it is what it is. Mosaic's been, I mean, it's the first Chrome product, which is nice. I don't rank Mosaic too highly on my checklist.
Is there any new releases that you know of that are coming out soon? Top
Phoenix
four?
football tomorrow.
Phoenix, that's right.
Those the Color Blast last year were so unbelievably cool with like the Phoenix Color Blast design, and then this year they made them so bland.
Is it?
They downgraded the Color Blast in Phoenix. I'm like, dude, that was like, if you're gonna make the Color Blast for the 7th different product, you got to make them unique. They have like the Phoenix design that's bursting out, and now this year it's just like, oh, this just looks like a regular, less cool Color Blast. Like if you've seen them, pop one on the screen or something. But it looks, it's not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool at all. It's like it almost looks like a regular ass insert.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's really not great. And it's just like, again, you saw something work and you said, let's try something else. And it's like, brother, I don't know.
There was another insert last year that was sick. It was I'm blanking on the name. It like
Phoenician?
No, it was an insert. It was like a regular
Contours.
Contours
Nice.
are pretty sick.
I wonder if they'll have those again.
I hope they have those.
Contours were nice.
Like even if it like wasn't an SSP or anything, it was still a super cool card.
Yeah, no, those were dope.
But that makes me sad to hear that they changed back the Phoenix Color Blast because last year they were sick.
Yeah, and then they didn't even have Color Blast in that product before, but I'm glad they at least have Color Blast now. But like these ones are not as cool as they were last year, so it is what it is. But
yeah,
don't love it.
Feels like 2025 for football is just kind of like
we haven't got a product that I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, Absolute was cool. I like chasing Kabooms.
The Kabooms were fun. We did hit a 101, which was pretty sick.
Kaboom chase is dope, but outside of that, man, I feel like 2025 Wax has not reached the pinnacle yet.
No, not at all. I think NBA was super cool in the last 3 months, and I do think that NFL will be really cool in the last 3 months because they're gonna be. I think it hasn't hit them quite yet how close they are to losing the license. So I think once it gets a little closer, they'll be like, oh, we need to go.
Man, do you know how weird it's gonna be when we lose both licenses? Like, just think about it. When did Topps NBA release? Topps flagship? I think almost a month ago, maybe.
Yeah.
There's been nothing else, and I don't even know when the next NBA it literally might be like 2 or 3 months in between releases. Like, I just don't see, like, why? What's the point? You're making less money by producing less product, and the products you're putting out, like Topps flagship, is just a bunch of base mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
It's like, brother, I worry about the future. I don't know. I really hope Panini gets bought and they keep the people that are running Panini in charge of it and allow them to. I don't think we need a product every week, but I think 2 products a month is good.
Yeah, No.
two nice releases a month. Focus on quality over quantity, but you still want to have different products releasing. When you just release a flagship and have us rip paper for paper base cards looking for those fucking gold foil backs that are like, come on, bro. I would rather gouge my eyes out.
They had a chance to do something really cool with their not first ever, but first in 20 years
I mean,
release.
I get the idea of flagship. I think it should exist. But it shouldn't be like, oh, we're gonna drop flagship as our big product and we're gonna dip out for 3 months.
Yeah.
Like,
because it's for the old people that want to collect base.
It's for that, and it's for kids, and it's for like, but because it is the only thing, now it has to be for breakers too. It has to be for, everybody who wants to chase NBA licensed cards of Cooper Flag. So now you've got people who typically would stay the hell away from a product like this that are forced to open it, and now the prices are way up. Like now we're paying, what is it? A couple $100 for a box that originally retailed on their site for $109.99. Like these boxes are meant to be basically jumbo mega boxes, and now we're paying $300-400 for it, and you're never getting $300 to $400 worth of cards. But because it's the only thing out there, the market's inflated.
Yeah, the Topps Chrome packs at the top of the box are almost worth more than the box itself, and there's like 5 or 6 cards in there.
Yeah, it's
insane.
I'm excited for Topps Chrome, I guess. I'm excited for like Topps Dynasty and all that stuff, but it just seems like there's so many less products for Topps to get excited about than there is for Panini.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, I like Topps Chrome a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I like Topps Chrome. I can't wait for that one to come out. I'm a big Topps.
I like Topps
guy.
Chrome Cosmic too.
Yeah, Cosmic is pretty sick. I've never gotten a box. I'm thinking about getting a box of that, but I've gotten a couple packs of that. I do enjoy that. The case hits are pretty sick.
I will say Topps Chrome Cosmic's one of my favorites.
Yeah, they did right with that one, but yeah, I mean, we've talked about it so much about being worried about the fate of the card community, but it'll be interesting, and I think it'll end up being okay. I'm hoping that Topps ends up, or
they'll end up figuring it out. I think Panini will end up getting bought, because what's the point of them sticking around just to make unlicensed collegiate cards or whatever it's going to be?
Fair enough. Do you want to do?
Let's save the Insta DMs for the end of the pod. So yeah, we'll save the questionnaire for the end of the pod. That'll be some good stuff though. Let's talk about. We can do some lore. You got any extra lore?
I don't have any extra lore, but I mean, I probably do. I'd have to think about it. But I wanted to know, would you call like entrepreneur? Would that be what you are, or like business owner?
Yeah.
What was like before? If was there anything like before you did shoes, before you did cards, when you were way younger, that you just wanted to like, I want to do this, and it just didn't work out? Like a business that you wanted to start.
I mean, I think I was kind of like always a little bit entrepreneurial, even in like a middle school sense of. I remember we would like there was these like little bracelets that you could make, where like it was like lanyard, and you like made these little box bracelets, and I would go around and sell those. Like I feel like I was just always making something or selling something or doing something like that. And I mean, I'm trying to think of like a more specific example of something. I mean, I don't know if there was any. I mean, yeah, no, nothing where I was like really like tried to start a business. I mean, when I started cards, I wouldn't even say I was trying to start a card business. It kind of just kept happening, and like when something's going well, you don't just stop it, and then it just
fair enough, yeah.
You just keep snowballing, and it turns into something that, I feel like very few people build a large company, and their first large company, and they're just like, their goal when they start is like, yeah, I'm gonna build this large company. Like the first day in, they're just like, yeah, like I'm just gonna build like this large tech company or whatever it is. I feel like sometimes it usually just starts as an idea of or a passion. Sometimes there definitely is people who are like, oh, I see a hole in the market here. I'm gonna capitalize on it and make a big company like that. That happens, but I think that for a lot of people, it's like I have a passion, whether that's like cooking or weightlifting or just like anything, and then they just start to do it as something they enjoy, and then they figure out ways to make money off of it, and then it just keeps evolving, and then next thing you know, they're running their own business doing it. So I wouldn't say that I necessarily knew that this would happen, but just kind of
happened, and you were okay with it.
I mean, yeah, I was okay with it.
Yeah. What was like when you made your first billion?
Oh yeah.
Now, what was your first when you realized like I can afford this? What was your first like big purchase?
My first big purchase.
It doesn't have to be like crazy, but like it was big to you at the time.
My first big purchase was definitely my car. I mean, that was still when I was still in college. I was still going to classes, and I was living in an apartment.
Okay, I didn't know it was that.
I mean, yeah, like when I was still breaking. I mean, I broke out of me and Reagan's apartment for 2 years before we ever got an office or anything. So that was my first big purchase. I had probably like this was before I even had like a business account or anything. Like that's like you don't think I didn't think about making it a business. Like I had an LLC, but I was just running. I just had a separate personal banking account, and I just
Yeah.
ran everything out of there. So I think I had like between. I mean, I had like maybe $60,000 in my bank account, and I went and bought a $40,000 car. So it wasn't very smart, but I just that was like the first big thing that I purchased when I probably shouldn't have, because it was really before like it was things were on a downward trend at that point.
Yeah.
And I was like half debating, like I wouldn't say I was debating quitting, but I thought that I was nearing the end of being able that for breaking to be a thing. Like I thought that like sports cards were going to become uncool, and it was back when I was breaking mostly retail, and the streams just kept getting worse and worse. And I would have some nights where I would sell literally zero item. Like I would stream for an hour and have $0 in sales. And I was like, okay, I mean, like, but I needed a car. I was driving Reagan's car. It didn't have heat. It didn't have like in the middle of winter, it had no heat. So I'm sitting there driving around in like hats and gloves and shit. The brakes barely worked, and it was like literally a junk mobile. But shout out to Reagan for letting me at least drive the hand-me-down while she had a new car. And then, so I had to get a car, and I was looking at some cars, and I'm like, I mean, I feel like if I'm gonna buy a car, I just want to buy one that I'm gonna like
Yeah.
enjoy for a while. So I went and I spent like I think my car was like $38,000, and I spent like 30,000 of that in cash, and then I financed the rest of it just so I could try and build some credit up. And then, I mean, that was like a huge purchase, seeing all that money leave my bank account. And then, yeah, that was scary, because then I knew that I still had like 2 or 3 more years of college at that point. And I think the remaining money in my bank account was enough for like maybe 6 out of the last 8 semesters that I had. Or not 8. Yeah, no, 8 semesters. It's about 2 years.
2 years.
So so I didn't have enough money to pay for the rest of my college at that point. And that was my main goal. That was the whole reason I was breaking, was so I could pay for my college. I still didn't think this was going to be a business or anything. So I splashed on the car, and I would say that's like the first like big purchase that I had, where I was like, wow, this is pretty dope.
That was pretty sick, yeah. And I don't think I've ever asked you what you were in college for.
Finance, business.
Oh, okay. So general
Yeah,
stuff that
but
somebody goes in that doesn't really know what
yeah, and then but I tell people that like, oh, what'd you go to college for? I was like, oh, business. And they're like, oh, so like you can apply a lot of that today. I'm like, dude, there was nothing I learned in college that
Yeah,
I'm
no.
using today
Usually,
in anything.
I went into business because I had no idea what I wanted to do.
Yeah, it's just a bullshit. Yeah,
Yeah.
you say that, and then you're like, people are like, oh, well, what do you want to do after college? You're like, I don't know.
Fucking
Just get a
business?
piece of paper that says I know how to do business, and then maybe start one. It's like,
Yeah.
you don't need a piece of paper that tells you can do business to do business. Nothing you're learning there.
That's what I've been saying for
There's
so
very
long.
few things you learn in school. Like there is things that matter, but I would say
There's a lot of specific majors that you need in order to do your job, but there's also a lot of majors that you just don't need in order to do a job.
I was in high school. I was in this thing called the Math and Science Academy, and basically we had like one teacher that taught like 3 of our classes, and he was the hardest teacher you could imagine. Like any of my college professors or anything, a million times easier. Like AP classes, a million times easier. These are just regular credit classes that don't count for like a boosted GPA or anything. And the hardest classes I've ever taken in my life, like unbelievably difficult. And do I remember anything of those formulas or anything about any of that stuff? Advanced calculus? Hell no. I don't know any of that. None of that applies to any of my life. The thing that really benefited me from that was learning how you're not learning things, you're learning how to learn things. Like you're problem solving, and you're figuring out, I need to, like, even if you're cheating, you're figuring out how to win versus figuring out
Yeah.
no one needs to know what, the slope of this, thing is, or any of that shit.
Yeah.
But learning how to figure out these things is where you really being a problem solver is the number one asset you can have in life. Like if as a business owner, if I'm hiring someone, I don't need to hire someone who knows all these things. I need to hire someone who is willing to figure out these things. Like if I say, "Hey, can you do this?" and they're like, "Oh, well, I don't know how to do that." I don't figure out how to do it. Like I don't know how to do it either. I'm going to go watch a YouTube video and figure out how to do it. You can do the same thing. Like that's what you just need, people who can figure problems out. And I think that's the main thing that school really teaches you, is not all the little things you learn. It's like how to learn those things.
Yeah. And I don't think, like, I took Calc 2 or Trig or something like that in college, my second year, my junior year, sophomore year, something like that. And now I sleeve cards and post social media videos for a living. Like it just doesn't apply to me at all.
No, I mean, yeah, but like even
I'd go pay $20,000 to learn how to do taxes at GV. Easy to learn how to do all that stuff.
I took accounting in college, and I think that's probably the most beneficial class that I took. As a business owner, it kind of did help me at least understand the background of my finances a little bit for taxes and accrual versus cash basis accounting and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it does matter in that sense, but again, like the stuff that I spent 6 months learning in that class, the main things that I actually needed to know, I could have watched an hour-long YouTube video and got it figured out. So, if the only reason going to college is worth it is if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, one of those type of things. Or if there's a job that you really, really want and you know that they require a degree, go get the piece of paper. But people go into it thinking, oh, once I get this magical piece of paper, I'm going to be able to get a job wherever I want. It's like, dude, that's not how it works.
Yeah. I have a buddy.
I don't know if anyone that I've hired here has a degree, and because I've never asked. It doesn't fucking matter to me if you know.
To be fair, I was gonna get my degree,
and then we were all going to.
And then
yeah.
But I've got a buddy.
But this is also a more unique business than
yeah.
So.
Yeah, I got a buddy that's in business right now. I think he's on his junior year, and he was talking about I'm gonna start a business after I graduate. And I was kind of telling him, I was like, you don't need to wait till you graduate, dude. Start now.
Oh, but I guess I understand because I was the same way. But seriously, just we're so brainwashed. I mean, some of it's it was my parents a little bit because my mom's a teacher. She believes in education a ton. They both went to college, so they think it's what you needed to do. But you're so brainwashed thinking your whole life you're going through high school so you can go to your favorite college and do this and do that. And if you don't go to college, the only other route is to become a blue collar worker or go and do something with your hands. It's that's so untrue. There's so many things. Now, I'm not just saying if you're the average person, and you're a bit lazy and stuff, don't just drop out of college and expect something to happen, because nothing's just going to come and happen to you. You have to be driven, and you have to, want to go and get something. And if you don't have an opportunity, then, maybe college is a good fallback opportunity for you. But if you're truly passionate about something and you've put in the work and you've seen that this could be something where maybe it's something on social media, maybe it's anything, or maybe you're doing a job on the side and you think that your boss would hire you as a full-time worker and that's something you enjoy doing. You don't need to wait until after college, or if you really want to start a business, you don't need a business degree to tell you, oh, I can finally go start my own business now because I got my business degree. It's that piece of paper is not going to do anything for you, dude.
Yeah.
Besides put you in debt.
Yeah, a lot of debt too.
It's ridiculous.
I got really lucky and made it out without any debt, but Emma still's got a little bit, but it's not as much as you think, thankfully.
Yeah, no, debt is the worst thing ever. I will never go into debt. I mean, that's why I bought my car in cash, besides the little bit that I wanted to finance to build my credit, is that I don't buy anything unless I can buy it in cash.
Yeah? The full thing.
The entire thing. I have zero debt right now, and I will not buy anything unless I can buy. And I've been that way my entire life. I've never financed anything. The only thing I've ever had debt on was one semester of college before I had enough money to pay for it from breaking. But even before I started breaking, I worked the entire summer flipping shoes and working at Subway so I could pay for my first semester of school.
Yeah.
I took all the money that I made over the summer. Most people would have probably done some other shit with that. I paid, instead of taking out a loan, I paid for my first semester, and then I took out a loan for the second semester. And that second semester is when I started breaking. And by the end of it, I was able to pay off that loan within like 6 months. I never had to pay any interest on it. That's the only debt I've ever been in besides the extra that I took out on my car to build some credit.
That's pretty sick. Yeah. I can say if you're gonna drop out of college, which if you want to start a business, it's really hard to do it in college. I can tell you that. I dropped out to pursue the vending machine business. You gotta have a backup plan. Like you gotta have a plan.
I don't think it. This is all right. So this is the reason that I dropped out of college. I was doing breaking in my college dorm room for the 6 months I was in college, and then I did it in my apartment while still going to college for a full year. I finished my entire second year while breaking that entire year. I had made over $100,000, and I had still not dropped out of college. And the only reason I think it's certainly possible to do it while you're in college, to start a business and do all that.
I guess mine was different because I had to drive up to Cadillac once a week in order to restock, and it took a whole day, and if all that stuff.
Once a week, you could do it on a Saturday. You just got to make sacrifices. Like that was the thing. I sacrificed my entire social life. Like I didn't get the normal college experience, dude.
I had soccer.
Yeah,
that was my problem.
Being a college
mine was
athlete,
a pretty specific.
Being an athlete and a student and a business owner is probably a little bit tough. Yeah. But I mean, you can always make something happen if look, if you're watching this podcast right now, you've got spare time.
Yeah.
If you're scrolling TikTok, you've got spare time. If you're watching TV shows, you got spare time. There was now my life is a lot more relaxed than it was when I first started, which sounds crazy because I'm running such a bigger operation now, but I have so many people to help it with. Like back when I started, I was doing my own shipping. I was doing my own social media. I was doing all the live streams. Like I was like literally from the second I woke up, if I was not at class, I was either packaging, breaking or like doing something to benefit the business. I created a website, like all these different things that I had to do. I mean, that's part of why I got so big at that time. When you look back at my old TikTok videos and I was so fat, it's not even because I was like lazy, bro. I literally didn't have time to go to the gym. And it sounds crazy to say, oh, you could have found time. Like I'm telling you, from the second I woke up and I was eating my breakfast while I was like packaging stuff from the night before. And Reagan helped a ton with that stuff too, but it became a lot. And that's when really had to start like expanding things and bringing people in. And the first thing I did was get a shipper and have them start helping with the shipping and stuff. But it was crazy for a second.
Yeah, that's actually pretty sick. I never even knew on all of that. Like
there's
the
some
grinder,
more, dude.
You grinded hard. How you grinded for 2 years? You said 2 years in college?
Yeah, I did a year and a half while I was still in college, and I think the hardest point was the summer after my second year of college when we went back to my parents' house. So I'm still breaking out of my parents' house at this point, and that was the hardest thing because it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then the TikTok shop got implemented, and things started like really blow up, and things just kept getting bigger and bigger, and the orders kept getting more and more. And it was still just me and Reagan pretty much doing it. Like my mom would come in and help occasionally, but she's still working as a school teacher and stuff. Like it got to a point where like my mental health wasn't great. Reagan's mental health wasn't great. Like there was a lot of sacrifice that went into, getting to the point where we are now where, I don't have to do any of that stuff, thankfully, but it was a lot. Like we would have so many orders that and I would go 7 days a week at this point. Like I wouldn't take a day off from streaming. And the only time I would miss a stream was when we literally could not finish packaging the orders from the night before, and we had to take the stream off to get caught up on all our packaging. So we were still working through the night. Like it's not like we were just taking a break and like going out and having fun or whatever. We would just work through the night and finish packaging and then back at it the next day. Like I'm telling you, I would stream till like 5 a.m. So from like 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. we stream. I would go to bed, wake up around like noon, maybe get like 6 hours of sleep, and then start packaging. And then package until like 7:30. If we were lucky, we'd get done around 7. And then I would have an hour to go like eat dinner and and like go hang out with the dogs or something.
Yeah.
And then just back to streaming. Like it was like the sacrifice that went in to build it. Like people think that, you know, they see it now and they see all the glamorous stuff, but it's not a glamorous thing to get it to this point in the time that I did. Like it was, and I'm not trying to like fucking toot my own horn. I'm just saying, like, if you really want to do something, you have to make the sacrifice in order to do it. Like, cause you got to think about all the people that are out there who have already been doing it before me. Okay, how am I going to catch them? I'm going to catch them by putting in the 2 days on the weekend that they're taking off.
Yeah.
So that was my mindset going into it.
I do think like that's kind of what it is for a lot of businesses is people look at the outer shell of it and are like, well, I could do that. And then
Yeah.
nobody asks about like the insides of it and being like, oh, it took you 6 years, 4 years to get here.
Right. Yeah.
Damn, I don't want to do it for, like when I had the vending machines, like everybody's like, oh, you just got to go stock. I was like, yeah, but you also have to go pick up a 2,000-pound machine, go move it, go
They
figure out where to
see
place
the
it.
easy part like that. Yeah.
It's
100%.
that's what a lot of people that I feel like you kind of can tell if somebody has like kind of like a business mindset where like, or as somebody like just wants it for the money. Like there's a big difference. Like the people that like just want it for money think that they could do it, whereas the people, you know, that actually just want to like do a business are willing to grind for it. And that's
absolutely. I would 100% agree that. Yeah, if I was just in it for the money, I would have never have made it that far because guess what? Anyone who's in it for the money, as soon as they get the money,
they're done.
they start slacking and they go to the Bahamas for 2 weeks and they do all this stupid shit. It's like, dude, I just want to build the biggest sports card company that exists. Like I don't really give a fuck about any of the money.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter to me. I just want everything like that was one thing that like I had legit arguments with my dad and stuff where because every dollar like he would like start yelling at me because I would not put any money into savings account. Like that same summer that I was talking about where things were really taking off with the TikTok shop. On the TikTok shop when it first came out, to get your money paid from the orders, it was delivery plus I think either 14 or 28 days. That means the item has to get delivered and then you wait another 2 weeks to get paid for it. So I couldn't even afford inventory. Like I had to have my distributors like send me stuff on credit basically. And then I would pay them back once like I got paid for the stuff. Like I didn't have enough money to keep it going. And then all this time while I'm having this success, my dad's like, you need to take money out and you know, pull out some here and put it in a savings account. I'm like, if I want to keep growing this, I have to reinvest every single dollar I have back into this business. And that's something that he didn't understand. And we've talked about it now. And he's like, you know what, you were right. Like you did have to do that at the time and it worked out. And now you're able to, you know, pull out money on the side. But like, yeah, no, I've reinvested almost everything that I can make back into this business to just keep expanding and growing it into more.
Yeah. And, You've invested some since then, right? Like it hasn't just gone straight into it.
No, now I've been able to pull some money out and I have, you know, stocks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
are you a big stock guy or no?
Nah, I mean, I was like debating whether to get a financial advisor or to just do it on my own. And I ended up just opening my own like Fidelity account and started to invest in my own. And I've gotten pretty good return. And one of the big things that I was proud of was I put money in before Trump got elected. And then there was a little spike on that.
There was a drop.
And then there was a huge drop. And so what I did when there was that huge drop, I doubled down. I put 2 times the money that I had already invested back in when there was the huge drop. And now I'm up a good percentage.
Yeah.
Like, I think over like 15 to 20% just on the year.
Yeah. I did that with, do you know anything about stock options?
No. I don't get into that.
It's kind of long, but once all that drop happened, I put in a decent amount of money into a bunch of these different stock options, and it's called a call, where if you're calling that it goes up, and a put is putting you're guessing it's going
you're
down.
Shorting the stock.
Yeah,
if you put it.
I did a call, and it shot up, and I made a good buck off of that. So
give us numbers. What's a good buck?
I made a lot of money. Like I put in the call. So. I mean, I put in probably $300 for the call. I don't even remember what stock. It was like an S&P or something like that. And it went up, like just skyrocketed in like a day or something like that. Like it went up a crazy amount, and I sold it like way before my expiration date, and I made probably like 3-4 grand
That's pretty good.
in a day. So it was like
That's pretty fire. That's like hitting a parlay right there.
that is like hitting a parlay. Yeah.
No, the stocks I have, I know I have like Nvidia. I have something in the S&P. I forget what the other ones I have are,
Yeah.
but
I've got
just
my phone.
most of mine are just like I don't have like any of those high risk, high reward. Like I just mostly just like
See?
safer options.
Yeah, I've got I probably am in like 8 different stocks right now, but like 2 of them are just kind of like I'll put in like $25 a week.
And I don't
into
claim to
just
be a stock expert or nothing. I literally looked those up on ChatGPT and it told me
Yeah.
to buy them. So it worked. It worked for now. Who knows? Those could all crash. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the entire stock market could crash. You never
Yeah.
know, but
I'm no stock expert, that's for sure.
yeah, I love the little like investment calculator things.
I don't
on
even know
Google.
what that is.
It's just like shows you your return if you put in like this much a month and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
So, I mean, according to that, I should be able to put down 30% down payment on a house by 25. So
You gonna do the 50-year mortgage?
30.
You're not going for the 50?
I didn't even know there was a 50-year mortgage.
That's like a big news topic right now. Is that Trump's signing something to create 50-year mortgages?
What if you're 75?
I don't know how that works, but
I'd do that.
50-year mortgage, bro. You're gonna be fucking basically renting that thing out.
Yeah. I mean,
Renting out a house for
that's
what,
basically what a mortgage is, though. You're just paying rent until you can pay it all off, and
most people never
plus
pay off their mortgage.
$100,000.
Yeah, there's a lot of interest on that.
There's an insane amount. I was looking at something, I don't know, but it was like you buy like put a 20% down payment on a $300,000 house, you're paying double, which is crazy to me.
That is crazy.
But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to buy a house, not anytime soon, but
Yeah, dude, your girl's still in college. You don't need to be in a house.
I want to so bad. I just need to hit a parlay.
Just a fat parlay, dude, and the
Fat-
house is paid.
Fat parlay.
That's some good lore. You got any other lore?
I don't think I got any other lore.
I could go
For
on
right now.
We could go on the lore rabbit hole forever, but we got to save some for some other episodes.
We do have
too.
a little bit of lore.
What?
The It episode. If you want to talk
The
about
It
that.
episode. Yeah, I mean, the first
Three-
thing I want to say is that the CGI was fucking terrible.
Yeah. Yep.
Wh-
That CGI
Dude,
was so
when
bad.
they were on the bikes going through the graveyard and it was like the face shots, that
Okay.
was some of the worst CGI I've ever seen.
I can't admit now. They are dead. They are not alive. They are 100% dead.
You think?
Last week,
I actually got more hope that they were alive from this episode.
really?
When what's his name? Heller? No, the dude who has like the visions and was up in the airplane with him. Dick?
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know who it is. It's like his name's like Helmet or something like that. You're right. Yeah,
Dick Holler? No. Heller? Holler?
I kind of want to look it up.
Yeah, that's
quick.
gonna itch my brain. But basically, when he had the vision and he was down in the sewers with Pennywise, you saw the people floating, right?
I told you that. Yes.
So that's what makes me think those kids could still be alive.
Yeah.
And then I saw something on Twitter where it was like when
Halloran. Dick Halloran.
Dick Halloran. I always think it's like Dick Halloran. That's a crazy name though.
That is a
The
crazy.
Dick's Halloran. But yeah, no, I saw another thing on Twitter that was like it was when the girl was in the grocery store or something and the boxes like started to the people in the
Change, yep.
boxes started to go to like zombies. There was a picture of the one kid on it and he stayed as not a zombie, but everyone else turned to like dead people. So
Okay.
I think he might still be alive.
Okay. So my theory then, I'm back on it.
I'm not out on that theory now.
I'm
Now
still
that
on
I've
it
seen the
then.
people floating in the air, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That was my original. I still think they're alive, but then the ghosts just, I guess they kind of make you. It's all a hallucination. They make you see what you want to see. But I am interested how they're gonna use those pictures. See if people are like these are fake or.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
It did introduce the clown though. It's officially a clown now.
that still bothers me that it's like the whole thing is just, oh, let's see how much we can tease the clown and then he's gonna come in for one episode.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, okay. I mean, I guess you didn't want to pay Bill Skarsgård that much money, but it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I do like the.
I don't mind that it's like the focusing on the other aspects of it, but we're all there for the clown. The
Yeah.
clown's the best part of it.
Yep. No, that's very true. The old guy in the woods, kind of the origin.
I thought that flashback story was really cool.
Yeah, because it showed like now this is the commander,
Yeah.
and this is like the Native American that still lives in Derry.
And what goes on with the Native American tribe? How do they have like?
I think my other theory. I got multiple theories about this dumb TV show, which is actually not dumb, but I think that they know where it is, and they're like protecting it. Like I think it's one of them. Like it won't attack them, but it'll attack everybody else around them.
But and why was it only in the woods? Like since when has Pennywise been confined to the woods?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it was like that their rule. Like you can have this part of the woods if you come out of it. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I mean, obviously it's only 3 episodes in or whatever. So
I think that's kind of the exciting part about the show is that like there's so many like things that you're like, what happens here? What happens here? What happens here? And then like the next episode, you get a little bit more lore about it.
yeah, but then the guy met with the guy's family. Halloran met with one guy's family, and he's like, "Stay away from my son," or whatever. When they were outside smoking.
Oh, because Halloran can. I didn't know Halloran could just read people's minds. So he's reading Pennywise's mind basically, but he could read the family's mind that he was with. That's how he knew he had a kid and stuff.
Oh,
That was like the whole thing they were talking about was so Halloran can read everyone's minds.
That's kind of insane.
So how is he just a mind reader? I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's.
And like another part. Have you ever seen The Shining?
I've seen clips. I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
That's another movie done off of a Stephen King book. So Halloran is in that movie. So now it's like a whole connected universe. So all of Stephen King's books are now like becoming movies, and they're all going to be like connected somehow.
Okay, that's actually pretty sick.
So I would have to go and rewatch The Shining, but I wonder if like he's like a mind reader in that too, and then he's coming over here to be used for his mind reading powers in the military to find this thing or something.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool though. It's pretty interesting.
Did they ever say what the car was they pulled up? It was like
that was
like the 1940s or something like that. They said something about that.
Yeah, so you know how we were talking about how they're going to do season 2 and season 3, and it's going to go back 27 years and then back 27 years. So the car is from 27 years ago, when that was the last time Pennywise struck. So that's one of the cars there. So maybe in the next season we're actually going to see what happens to that car.
Okay, that'd actually be pretty sick. Yeah,
I think I just love how interconnected it is. I hate TV shows that are like, there's this episode and then you watch this episode and it doesn't really matter. I love all the interconnectedness. That makes it a lot more fun.
No, this is a really good movie. CGI could have been a little bit better.
The CGI was terrible.
That was pretty bad.
Opinion, but
gotta be honest. But like the CGI with that wood scene, that was pretty good.
Yeah, but
the guy like peeking out behind the trees.
The graveyard was like unbelievably bad. That was like Thor: Love and Thunder type bad.
Yeah, it was not great. I mean, I watched a movie, like a horror movie from like the 1900s the other day, and it was like that. That's on par.
Same vibes?
Same vibes with that one.
That's crazy.
It was not great.
Are we finally ready for the Q&A?
I think we're finally ready for the Q&A.
I'm excited for this Q&A. We got I read some of the questions. I didn't read them all, but
I got a picture. We got 7 total questions, which is a lot less than I thought.
Did you do the message requests? You went through the message requests on IG?
Yeah.
Oh, then you probably don't even have access to the Burton Breaks podcast.
I do, but I didn't see any.
There should have been some, I think.
I can check. Because we had...
Yeah, we got 2.
The printing one?
Oh, I think there was one more. I don't know. You can just start with the other questions.
Okay. Here. We'll get this one.
Give me a good one to start.
All right, I'll get you a good one.
These could be some good clippies.
Good clips. Okay. This one's pretty simple. We'll start off slow. This guy's wondering. It's Ethan_._3.
Shout out to Ethan.
Shout out to Ethan. Question. Could you help me with some cards I won? I'm guessing he bought or he got from a break. Like pricing or if they're worth grading. So
I don't even think that was for this.
Well,
I think he said that afterwards, but
yeah?
No, I can't help you unless you send me pictures of him, big dog.
Oh, okay. I thought he meant like in a break. Like if he gets a card in a break, can he use it? Could you help him?
I mean, I could tell him. Yeah, I could tell him probably what it's about worth.
Okay. Grant Molsey. Shout out Grant. First
out
off,
G-Dog.
love your guys' stuff that you do. Have been watching for a while now. You guys got me into the whole card thing, and I've recently started collecting, and I've got a pretty good collection myself, but want to get to the point where I can start getting out on lives and making money. What would you guys recommend for somebody just starting like me?
So his goal is to start live streaming and making money.
Yep, that's a lot of people's goals in these questions.
Okay. I would say, well, he said he's got a good collection, so maybe it sounds like you want to do some single shows. So what I would do is I would curate a lot of your favorite 500 cards, and I would start a Whatnot account, and I would go live on that Whatnot account and auction off all your cards. And before you do that, I would make sure you have a brand name, a logo, and I would create a TikTok and Instagram, a Whatnot, and yeah, those are probably the main three I would do. I would make sure you have all of those secured with your logo on it and your brand name, so you've got all the usernames locked in.
Sweet.
And from there, I would post a bunch of content and direct people towards my Whatnot streams with singles.
There you go, Grant. Wayne Hessick.
Shout out to Wayne.
The guy in the red car. This is his Instagram handle. With the success you've seemed to have found, have you thought about potentially opening up another store in the future?
Short answer, no. Long answer, I don't know. I didn't think about a lot of the things that I would be doing, so you never know. I mean, I like to be so connected with everything that I do that I just can't imagine opening another store and, living so far away from it, or like opening another store in another state and just trusting people to run it good and all this stuff. Like I'm just too connected and too invested in everything that I do that I feel like if I were to just, start, like, that just sounds like you're starting to franchise it, and that's when things just get low quality.
Yeah.
I focus on quality over quantity. I don't want to turn into Tom Brady's card vault and just have a bunch of
Overpriced.
Yeah, it's just not
jumbo.
I don't think that would be for me, but you never know where life takes us. I'm not ruling anything out.
Okay. We got Nate Brennan 7. This is a good one. What should I start off doing breaks on? And what's a solid product to do breaks on that would get people's attention?
If I had to start right now and do breaks and I've never broken before, I would start by finding okay, here's the product I would do. I would do a full case of retail product. You can probably find a good case of retail for maybe $300 to $500 depending on the product. Full case of blasters or something. I would choose like a product that has a high level case hit. So maybe I'm doing a case of optic blasters, maybe a case of Donruss blasters, maybe a case of mosaic blasters, something that has a nice case hit that people can chase for cheap on retail. And I would do, I mean, that's probably what, like $20 to $30 spots. I would run something like that. For your first breaks, your goal is not to make money. Your goal is to build an audience and customers. Run it at cost. Factor in your shipping, whatever. Try not to make any money. Make it so people are buying in just because it's the best price thing around. Because guess what? If you're trying to make a bunch of money on your first break, no one's jumping in because you don't have any customers. No one's just going to jump in and say, oh, let me just buy this overpriced break. Like, you have to give people a reason to buy in. And if it's because it's the cheapest one available and nobody else is running this stuff at cost, then that's your target point.
Yep.
So I would do that, and I would say you can choose. I mean, I like TikTok, obviously. I think that's the most user friendly. My advice would be, before you ever do a break, make content and post 3 times a day talking about cards, market, all this kind of different stuff. It has to be quality content. Don't just hop on and say, guys, here's some of my cards. No one cares, bro. You have to make it engaging, and I would post engaging content for a month, build up a following. Then I would go live, make some videos saying, guys, I'm running this case of whatever at cost, not making a single penny on it. Here's the finances. Jump in. We're running our first ever break. Want to build a community with you guys and share this with you. Let's get after it. Something like that.
I like that. Yeah. Do you think they should have a certain amount of followers? Like, yeah, I know 1,000 is to go live, but do you think they should have anything more
I would
than
just say
1,000?
post consistently for a month. I mean, look, if you don't hit 1,000 followers posting 3 times a day for a month, then this might not be for you. Genuinely, some people don't understand social media and they're not good at content and they're not good at talking on live streams. It's not meant for everybody.
Yeah.
But if you post 3 times a day and you should be able to figure it out. And
Yep.
if you can't, then it really might not be for you, and that's okay.
Yep. Hey y'all, started following you guys recently and love what y'all do. This is Derek Asciola.
Shout out to Derek.
Shout out to Derek. Now, I was a freshman in college, just got out of high school, who is into sports cards. What do you think? What do I do to start this as a business, and what was your biggest hurdle you had to hop?
See, one thing I will say is that I feel like anyone who sent this question has not even started. They haven't tried.
Yeah.
You just have to start. Like it's not. There's no rockets. Like I mean, I just gave you guys a great example, but there's no like formula of okay, if I do all these things, I'm a breaker now. It's like you just have to try and you have to figure things out. When I first started, dude, if I look back at my videos, that is like it is the worst thing of all time. Like those, I was running some of the worst streams ever. My setup was garbage. It was dark. Like you have to just start and try, and it's not going to be successful at the start. And you're gonna run breaks where you lose money, and you're gonna have slow fills, and you're gonna have streams where you don't do anything. But if you just stay consistent and just keep trying and figuring out, okay, this worked. Like I ran a divisional this day, and it was priced at this, and people actually liked it, and it worked. Or I posted this video and it got double the views that I normally did. Let me try something like that again. Like it's all just, can you figure it out? It goes back to the problem solving that we were talking about earlier. I can give you the answers to the test. That's great. You have to be able to figure out the problem, and you have to be able to see what works, see what doesn't work, and go towards what works.
Yeah,
and
it's
stop doing
trial
what
and
doesn't
error.
work. Trial and error, and you'll figure it out. You'll see all the things that work.
This one's from Will. We got Will saying, winter break, I'm going to start doing breaks. What would be the best starting streaming service you would do? Also, how would I sell the spots? Does TikTok allow you to just jump right in?
That's a good question. I have no idea on that. I don't know if you need a certain following or if you need a business or how it works with TikTok Shop. I kind of had all that stuff set up before TikTok Shop was even a thing, so I kind of just got to go right into it. That would be a question for probably ChatGPT or Google or something, but I would say, yeah, man, just again,
I think I actually do know this.
Yeah.
You do need a LLC.
Okay, there
because
you
you need an EIN number in order to sell stuff.
And it's like $50 to get an LLC.
Yeah, it's not a lot of money. It's like $50 a year or something like that.
Yeah, spend the $50. You're locking down your brand name anyways.
Yeah.
$50 is worth a shot at something that, could be your future career and something you love.
Yeah,
so.
But an LLC gets you an EIN number, and the EIN number is something you need to plug in to TikTok in order to sell stuff from you instead of like partnering with other people to sell stuff. So,
and one thing I will say, when you're starting all this, make sure you track your finances very closely, because you are going to get a 1099 in from TikTok when you put your EIN in and stuff. You have to pay taxes, guys.
Yes.
So if you're not tracking how much you're spending on these boxes, how much you're spending on shipping, all the bubble mailers, any costs associated with your business, you're not able to write those things off, and you're going to end up paying more money on taxes than you even made. So make sure you track your expenses properly.
Yes. We got from...
I feel like these have all been the same question worded
differently. This one is different.
And I get that people want to become breakers, so it's cool. I like answering those. But
Brandon Hardy. Hi, it's Father First from TT Break.
Hi, Father First.
Hello, Father First. I've been doing breaks on Facebook for roughly 4 years, and I haven't gotten much traction. I'm a Navy guy of 17 years and was wondering if you could tell me how to set up my live display. All I use is my phone, but I like how you can see your face if the other screen has the break. I appreciate any help on this question, and we'll go subscribe as well. Wish you the best.
I don't want to come off like a dick when I say this, but if you've been doing it for 4 years and you haven't found any success, that's not a great sign. It goes back to the thing of you have to be able to figure it out for yourself. Like, look, I'll help you out and I'll tell you these things. Or if you want to send me a picture of your setup, I will tell you what I think could improve. But at the same time, you have to be able to kind of figure some of these things out on your own. Like look at a setup on. Look at some of your favorite streamers. It's bright. It's got, a break mat with a logo. It's got a clean background. It's got the product in the back. It's all pretty simple stuff there. I'm assuming that the break setup isn't where you're struggling. Facebook can be a tough place to fill breaks. I don't know if too many people running breaks on Facebook. I know it's possible, but you're probably better off doing a live streaming platform like Whatnot, Fanatics Live, TikTok, something like that. And then it just comes down to, can you make content that's engaging, and can you post breaks that are good value? At the end of the day, the value is going to sell itself. If you have products at great pricing or if you're doing repacks, if you have repacks that have value in them, people are going to like them even if you're the most boring person in the world. So I'm not trying to discourage you at all, but if you've been doing something for 4 years and you haven't found a lot of traction, it's time to start making some changes. Maybe you change the platform, change the way you're breaking, change the product you're breaking. You got to do something, because the definition of insanity is trying the same thing numerous times and expecting different results. You gotta change something up, and I'll shoot me a DM if you got any more questions, and I'll definitely help you out. But you gotta figure some things out on your own. I mean, there's no one that can just give you the answers to the test. You're gonna have to put in the work, and you're gonna have to try different things. And honestly, one thing I haven't mentioned yet, consistency is key. If you go live 3 days in a row, and then you take a week off because you have school or practices late night or whatever, I mean, those might be valid excuses, but the algorithm doesn't care about what your life schedule has. Like if you do 3 days in a row, and you got Billy Joe who buys into your break 3 days in a row, and then you're gone for 2 days. Well, guess what? Billy Joe's still buying in, and he went and found another breaker. And now Billy Joe thought this guy was better than you, and you just lost your best customer that bought in 3 days in a row because you wanted to take the weekend off. I'm not saying you need to stream every day of your life, but you got to understand these things and take the risk with the reward. If you don't have a consistent time that you stream and a consistent schedule that you stream, it's going to be very hard to build up a customer base.
Yeah, I don't want to overstep. We got this question. We good?
Go for it, dude.
Is Bert a millionaire?
In what sense? Is my net worth $1 million? Do I have $1 million in my bank account?
I think everybody knows your net worth is at least $1 million.
In my personal bank account, I do not have $1 million. Not even close. Like I said, most of my money goes right back into the business. Is this company worth $1 million?
Very
Multiple,
much so.
yeah. If you can go into the shop, and that shop is worth $500,000 with just the product and the stuff inside of that building. Like there's the capital and everything involved. Yes, this company is worth $1 million, let alone the value of it. If it was not that it's ever going to be a sold company, but certainly worth over $1 million, I would say.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a boring answer, but yeah.
In savings or in stock market, about $1 billion, but in his account.
I don't have $1 million in my personal or my stocks.
No, but if you guys are wondering, I'm not a millionaire either. So.
No. Maybe someday. But no, like I said, I invest everything back into the business. So I mean, if I'm gonna buy something or something, I'll pull some money out. But
it doesn't mean he's living off of ramen noodles.
No, I live a good lifestyle because I work really hard.
Yes. You don't need to be a millionaire in order to live nice.
Yeah, but I don't live above my means, right? I live well below my means. I'll say that. I drive the same car that I bought, when I was in college, and I don't have an expensive car. There's really nothing I've splurged on.
There's no need to take a bunch of money out to buy a Corvette, or a Porsche. Like it's just a car.
I'd rather put that money back into the business. The thing that I've splurged on the most is food. I buy nice food so I can take care of myself. Like I love steaks. I love.
You know what I haven't heard about in a long time?
What?
Is the taco place you used to go to?
Tacos El Cuñado. I haven't had it in a while. I told Reagan I told her that I wanted to go get tacos El Cuñado, and then she goes, okay. And then she comes back an hour later and she's like, actually, I want this. And I was like, oh, sick, man. All right. I didn't want that anyway. So yeah, let's just go get what you want.
Yeah. Well, story of
being a man.
Story of being a man with a girlfriend.
Yeah. It's pretty lit.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I mean, we're definitely, I mean, I don't know.
What were you just saying?
It's definitely a fun place to work here.
It's a good time.
And at least my favorite thing is it's friendly, and it's definitely not. You're definitely not like, I don't even know how to put it without it sounding weird.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. Whatever you just said.
It's hard. It's so hard to put it without it. Yeah, if I could say it out loud right now without it sounding weird, then I'd say it. But
all right, we'll let it be. We'll just take it for what it is. But yeah, no, I think it's a good place to work. We try and make it a good environment. I think that's one of the main things I like to focus on is making it a fun place at work. And we got some fun stuff coming up. And if anybody ever wants to work at Burton Breaks, we're not really hiring right now, but if you're the right person, you are.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the places to work in the world.
See, that's the thing. Like, we're not filling any positions, but if the right person came across, like if the right person came up to me and was like, "Hey, man, I have these skills. I've built this. I want to come work there." I'd be like, "Okay, like we'll make it work." But that doesn't mean that, you've never, like, if somebody was to become a streamer here, I want someone who's already been streaming on their own, has shown that they have a little success, and they just need that boost of a powerful brand that can, take it to the next level. Like, I don't want Billy Joe off the street who's just like, "Well, I think I could be a good breaker." It's like, okay, go try it.
I've watched XQC and Stable Ronaldo.
That's crazy. But no, I mean, yeah, like I said, if the right person with the right tools came across the desk, or maybe you're, really great at buying cards, and you buy tons of collections, and you bring in $20,000 worth of cards a week, we could use your services in that regard. But we're never hiring, but we're always hiring, you know what I mean?
Yep.
We're never desperate to fill positions, but we're always looking for quality members to join the team. We can always make room for people that deserve it.
Yeah, I got very lucky in the timing of my text. I'm gonna be honest.
You got very lucky because we were desperate at that point.
Yeah, they were literally like starting the new Whatnot stream, and I texted him, I was like, "You need help building your shop?" He's like, "I need a co-pilot." I was like,
yeah, that was when Smalls was co-pilot, and then she went to do her stream on Whatnot. So then I was like, "Hey, man, I actually kind of need a co-pilot pretty bad right now."
Yeah. Like,
believe it or not, it's not easy to find someone that wants to work 8 to 1 a.m. That's, still in college, because most of the people around here are from college town.
Yeah.
So
it worked out good. And I didn't go to sleep till 4 a.m. anyways, so I was like, why not?
It worked out pretty good.
Quit my other job as a pizza delivery driver and started working here.
It's not a bad come up.
Not a bad gig, dude.
All right, well, is that a good episode?
That's it.
Episode 8. I think next week we might try and get a guest on. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe Litz World.
Litz World would be fire.
I don't know how we can do a call in though. We'll have to figure it out.
You can record. We could record a Zoom, I'm sure. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, man. I'm excited for the future of the pod. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I think this is one of the better episodes yet. Get into some good stuff there. But yeah, we'll be back. We're posting these every Thursday at 10 a.m. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you subscribe. Burn Breaks Pod on YouTube, on Spotify, and then follow the TikTok account as well.
Yeah.
See the clips.
We
See you guys
just hit 1,000 on TikTok, so.
And we're about to hit 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Someday.
Someday.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. I hope you guys have a good week.
Peace.